Hi, these comments are for Eric, and I am Michael from OTC Online TOEFL I'm in 2 weeks into the coronavirus, so I still have a bit of a cough. So you'll notice I have some congestion, but I'm feeling much, much better this week. Okay, so you're doing my my free TOEFL speaking evaluation service. So you emailed me your speaking practice test yesterday, and you're focusing on, do you think it's better to study alone or study in a group?
I believe that studying with a group is better, and I feel this way for two reasons. First, we could exchange our ideas with others while studying with a group, and it could offer us more ideas. Thus, we could learn better with those, multiple thoughts. Second, other people will correct your mistake if you're studying with a group. Well, if you're studying alone, then you will have to deal all your mistakes by yourself, which is pretty hard. These are the reasons when I think studying with a group is better than studying alone.
Okay, now, do you realize, I don't know if you realize this, you probably don't, many people don't, but do you realize that you didn't really give a specific example anywhere in your response to illustrate your argument? It says lacks elaboration or specificity, right? So this just screams, your speaking task doesn't have the elaboration or the specificity that you need to get that higher score. So that's one of your issues. So I think that 3, unfortunately, is a very comfortable fit for you based on how you answered that question. Right? So let's go back. What happened here? What went wrong? Right?
I believe that studying with a group
Okay, how about I believe that? You don't even need that. Just say studying with a group
is better, and I
is more beneficial because
feel this way for two reasons.
see, therein lies one of the problems, right? So when you're really general, I feel this way for 2 reasons. You're not very specific in the beginning, then you tend not to be specific when you get to the examples of your response. But if you said this, if you, studying in a group allows me to correct my mistakes and helps me to score higher on my tests. Therefore, I prefer this method of study. So if you start out like that and say, therefore, or if you say, first of all, studying in a group allows me to see my mistakes. Then you might say something like, for example, when I was taking my Math 110 class at the university, I was having trouble understanding quadratic equations. And I studied in a group, and the group members were able to show me how I was calculating the wrong results as I was doing some of my homework exercises. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're not doing.
First, we could exchange our ideas with others while studying with a group.
Okay, so we can exchange ideas. Now, if you elaborate on that, what kind of ideas can you exchange? Does that mean that you can talk more about history in a more specific manner? For example, talking about the causes of, of World War II? And understanding those concepts a lot better by discussing them among other people.
And it could offer us more ideas.
What kind of ideas?
Thus, we could learn better with those, multiple thoughts.
And what can you learn better? Does that mean you can understand better the concept of photosynthesis, the process of how plants convert sunlight into energy for food? Does that mean you have a much deeper understanding of that idea by being able to talk about it with other people? So I think delivery, even if you fix your topic development, your delivery is too slow. You're speaking too slowly.
Second, other people will correct your mistake if you're studying with a group.
So instead of saying it that, we might say, secondly, studying in a group gives allows other people to correct the mistakes you might be making.
Well, if you are studying alone,
Notice well if you're studying alone. You don't even illustrate the assertion that you've just stated. You're now moving to talking to the audience if you are blah, blah, blah studying alone. So you failed to give a specific example to illustrate how group members can correct your mistakes.
then you will have to deal all your mistakes by yourself, which is pretty hard. These are the reasons.
Now, do you have an example to illustrate that? You can say, a few semesters ago I was studying in a chemistry class and I was trying to figure out how to balance an equation. And I spent hours and hours and hours trying to figure that out. However, once I talked to some students in the class and we studied together as a group, they were able to show me the mistakes I was making and why I was not able to balance that equation. Therefore, by communicating with other people, I could understand the mistakes I was making when I was trying to balance my equations in my chemistry class. You got to get a different mindset, right? You just say a bunch of general things with no specific details. That's not very impressive. That doesn't look at where it says in the for area, it's generally well developed and coherent. Relationship, between ideas are clear progression of ideas. You don't have that really clear progression of ideas there.
When I think studying with a group is better than studying alone.
Okay, so I think on this, I just gave you, I think, a lot of feedback with both delivery and topic development. I'm going to put your score in the 3 range, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test.